I have South Lake Carroll. I think their offense is great. I think their commits, their stars. I mean, stars are just things on paper. They don't mean anything. What means everything is lining up on that line of scrimmage and playing the game. But I think I picked South Lake Carroll for this one. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another varsity show, and today we're doing the Final Four for Texas high school football. We're going to be covering 4A D2 all the way up to 6A D1. So we're going to be going more in depth with the 6A games, obviously. We got Duncanville versus Allen. A lot of people are taking the undefeated Allen Eagles for this one, but I'm going to take the Duncanville Panthers. Key players for Allen, their QB, Jeremiah Dard, running back Lyndon Spriggs, receiver Carter Harrison, receiver Caleb Smith, linebacker Japrari Roffer, and DB LeBron Bauer. They did have a great win over North Crowley a round ago. They beat Prosper in the regular season for the district title. They're a strong team. I just don't think they can pull it off against Duncanville. I think Duncanville's going to have a lot of things going for them, right? I think they were going to be up early, and Allen may make a comeback, but I still think Duncanville's going to pull it off. It's going to be a rematch for a few years ago when they played and Duncanville won. Duncanville's key players are the backup quarterback, Jacorian Rivers, who's been playing throughout the entire playoffs. Trenton Yancey, the receiver, Asen Theus, who had a lot of, I went to the Klein Collins Duncanville game. He had a lot of yards that game. He balled out that game. Landon Barnes, the D lineman, another D lineman, KJ Ford, and a linebacker, Jalen Manning. So, yeah, I got Duncanville for this one. You can see predictions right here. Some people are taking Duncanville. Both teams can beat LT and North Shore, just like last year when Duncanville versus North Crowley in semis was the real championship. We beat them over 7 years ago. Can Allen beat Duncanville to take revenge? So, yeah, 7 years ago, Duncanville beat them. 7 years ago. Lake Travis, undefeated, versus North Shore. Everyone has a North Shore in this one, and I agree. Lake Travis versus Johnson was a round ago also, and Lake Travis gave up a 100-yard touchdown, or 98 yards, but I'm just gonna say it's 100. It was basically 100 yards touchdown to S.A. Johnson, which S.A. Johnson has had a great year. They had a really huge win over Steele. I was gonna do a prediction video on that. I was going to pick Steele for that, or I was going to pick S.A. Johnson for that one with the upset, because I like S.A. Johnson as a team. I low-key wanted S.A. Johnson for this round over Lake Travis, but nonetheless, that's what we got. And just for when we get to the 5A games, I'm recording this at 6:09 p.m., which is an hour before the South Oak Cliffs and Melissa, and also the Aledo Lone Star kickoff. So if anyone says, "Oh, he just posted this," so he predicted after the game ended. No, I predicted this before. But anyways, top players for North Shore. Caleb Maryland, number 7. Shout out to him. We got his podcast on our show. Running back has Segon, sorry for mispronouncing that, Johnson. Receiver, Jalen Bocard. Receiver, Aubrey Johnson. D lineman, Xavier Waters. D lineman, or DB, Tony Gollery. QB for Lake Travis, Luke McBride, who's a great QB, by the way. I saw Lake Travis at the beginning of the year, way back, and I went to Lake Travis drove 30 minutes to see their inter-squad scrimmage over the summer. So they have a really good team. They had a really basically blowout win against Westlake in Westlake with Drew Brees there, where they retired his jersey and everything. Van Hopping, who's a great running back, runs hard, runs heavy, runs angry. Lark Saito, a great receiver. D lineman Carter Buck. Ben Duncan, linebacker Braden Lott. And I will say this, the Lake Travis defense is strong. They shut out S.A. Johnson in the second half. I believe they scored 1 touchdown in the second half, but that was when S.A. Johnson's defense got tired. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I got North Shore all the way for this one. I don't even think it'll be close. It's at Thorne Stadium, 3 p.m., so we'll see how that one goes. South Lake Carroll Dragons versus DeSoto. You got to see people here. DeSoto's going to run all over them, but South Lake going to throw all over them. It's going to be a good game, which I agree with. South Lake's top players is QB Angelo Wenda, the Pittsburgh signee, Davis Penn, the running back, Brock Boyd, the number 1 receiver, who was signed for Ohio State, Blake Gunter, Brody Knowles, D lineman Crawford Taylor. So they have a really strong offense, a good D lineman, a great D lineman. DeSoto has some boys too, though. Legend Howell, their QB, running back Sarad Baker, who ran all over Longview. You guys should have seen the Longview highlights. DeSoto had not ever beaten Longview up until that game, but there were literally records broken in this game that he played in against Longview. Receiver Booby Feaster, who signed with USC recently. D lineman Kadrian Redmond, D lineman DJ Rumpf, and DB Demarian Loss. So a lot of people are going to have DeSoto for this one. I have Southlake Carroll. I think their offense is great. I think their commits, their stars. I mean, stars are just things on paper. They don't mean anything. What means everything is lining up on that line of scrimmage and playing the game. But I think I picked Southlake Carroll for this one. I think they're going to get their revenge for 2 years ago when they lost to DeSoto in the semifinals. By the way, that DeSoto team was a 16-0 team then. A really great team. And Southlake Carroll only lost 45-38. So about just one touchdown and an extra point. So I got Southlake Carroll for this one. Played at Newsom Stadium, 2 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday. Vandergrift versus C.E. King. I got C.E. King all the way for this one. It's just like North Shore. Vandergrift, they're a great team. They've had some adversity early on in the year, but I do not think they can beat C.E. King. QB for C.E. King, Timothy Potts. Running back, De'Arian Sims. Dylan Mitchell, Calvin Carter. Dominic Tulin, Damian Brodso, D lineman, receiver, and linebacker. Vandy, if they do go, will make a back-to-back run to the state title, and so will South Oak Cliffs, and they will face each other. The stars for Vandergrift, QB Miles Teodecki, running back Justin Moore, receiver Brock Chilton, D lineman Hugo D. Vasquez, linebacker Parker Davis, and DB Colt Stevens. Like I said, I got C.E. King all the way for this one. I don't think it'll be close. Vandergrift is a strong team, though. They're a never-say-die team. It'd be interesting to see them win, but we'll see what happens tomorrow, 6 p.m. at McLean Stadium. Here's the bracket, 5AD1, and South Oak Cliffs takes on Melissa here in the Cotton Bowl, where the Red River rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma take place. So that's going to be tonight. South Oak Cliffs is 13-1. Melissa is 11-2. So we'll see how that game goes. I got South Oak Cliffs though before we get to that one. But we got Aledo versus Lone Star. I like Lone Star. They're a great team. They've pretty much blown out every team they've played all season. They're doing a docu-series on Lone Star on Victory Plus for free. This is not sponsored, but it's a great docu-series. You guys should go watch it. It's free. And then you got Aledo, who shut out everybody except for one game. So I don't know about this one. I had 2 games, maybe 3, since like October. So I got Aledo. It would be cool to see Lone Star winning, but I think I don't think it's fair. It's fair to Lone Star to call it a Cinderella run because they're a real team. But I think Aledo's going to be playing Smithson Valley in the state championship. I'm going to pick Aledo for that state championship. I picked Southlake Carroll for D2. And then for D1, I picked Duncanville. By the way, we're going to be at the state championship next week, guys. I got approved for Media Pass. Thank you, UIL. But we're going to be there covering it. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. But, yeah, I got Aledo all the way for this one. 4AD1, Stevensville versus Salina. Salina has some allegations going against them. So, their head coach is currently being investigated for some sexualization of a child, which I don't want to get too much into on this. I want to keep this YouTube friendly so far, so I don't even know if they're going to have their head coach. But I got Stevensville winning. Stevensville is a strong team. They had a playmaker when they won the state championship a few years ago. It's Corey Eakins. He's at Texas Tech right now. He made one of the best plays ever. The ball was intercepted in the end zone. An LBJ player ran it out. He punched the ball from underneath the guy's arm. It fell into the arms of one of his receivers and got ran in for a touchdown. So Stevensville's a great team. So is Saline, but like I said, so I don't think they're gonna have their head coach for this one. I got Stevensville for this one. Kilgore versus Lavernia. I got Kilgore for that one. So yeah, for state championship predictions, I got South Lake Carroll. I already said this, but I got South Lake Carroll over CE King. To be honest, I want South Lake Carroll to win. That's kind of why I'm picking that. CE King again is a strong team, but so is Carroll. And if Carroll beats DeSoto, I definitely think they're gonna beat CE King. No offense to CE King, they're a great team too. Don't get me wrong. They play in a strong district, a really strong district, and the upsets they've had this year are amazing. Their district had a 3-way tie, so no offense to CE King, but I like Carroll better. This one is just more of a I like Carroll better. I want them to win, but CE King could pull that off. Well, we'll see when we get there. 5A D2, Melissa versus South Oak Cliffs. It's about to happen in less than an hour. I got South Oak Cliffs all the way for this one. Melissa, a great team, strong offense, but I do not think they're going to beat the Golden Bears. And Richmond Randall over Bowen. I got Richmond Randall all the way. Rematch between South Oak, Richmond. I think it's going to be South Oak Cliffs. I think that they're going to be angry after their loss last year. Against Richmond. I think they're going to want to get revenge. Richmond, you have a great team. You guys are a great team. You guys are a new school and all, I believe. But I do not think they're going to beat an angry South Oak Cliffs team who's had 365 days to think about that loss in the state title this year. So we'll see. 4A D2, Brock versus Carthage. I got Carthage. And then West Oak Stark versus Stinston. I got West Oak Stark. And I got Carthage over Stark. And I got Carthage taking home their 11th state title, which will continue their record for the for most state titles. So yeah, that's what I got for predictions. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions. Let me know what y'all think of the offenses, the defenses of both teams. And I can't believe it's almost over, man. I don't know if I'm going to cover soccer for boys and girls. I'm definitely going to cover basketball news, but I don't think I'll cover soccer news. It'll depend. We'll see how the show goes and how it grows throughout the year. Maybe I'll throw in some soccer news in between the basketball videos or in the actual basketball videos. So we'll see. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.